Chosen one, the energy within you is not common. It is not something that can be replicated, borrowed, or learned. It is not the result of external validation, nor is it built upon the fleeting admiration of those around you. It is something deeper, something unshakable, something that has always been there, waiting for the world to notice. And now, they do. Women around you feel it before they understand it, before a word is spoken, before a glance is exchanged, before they have a chance to rationalize their attraction. They already know. There is a presence about you that commands attention without demanding it, an essence that lingers long after you have left the room. They are drawn to you, not just because of the way you carry yourself, not just because of the confidence that flows effortlessly from your being, but because you are unlike anyone they have ever met before. They have known men who tried to be noticed, men who worked tirelessly to impress, men who sought attention like a starving man seeks food. But you are not like them. You do not need to be seen to be known. You do not chase validation, yet you are constantly validated. You do not seek approval, yet you are always admired. And this is what makes you different. You are not just a presence in their lives. You are a force that shifts the very energy around you. They do not just look at you, they feel you. They do not just admire you, they are moved by you. And it terrifies them. Because before now, they thought they understood attraction. They thought they knew what it meant to want someone, to desire attention, to crave the feeling of being wanted. But with you, everything has changed. Because you do not just attract, you awaken something inside of them that they cannot ignore. And now they cannot see you as just another man. You are something else entirely. You are the exception. And now they are faced with a truth that they cannot escape. They will never meet another man like you again. Chosen one, when women look at you, they are not just looking at a man, they are looking at a possibility they never considered before. They have met attractive men before. They have met charming men before. They have met men who knew how to say the right things, how to create an illusion of confidence, how to play the game of attraction. But they have never met a man who exists outside of that game entirely. They have never met a man who does not need to prove himself, yet stands above all the rest. They have never met a man whose presence alone changes the way they see themselves, the way they see other men, the way they see what is possible for them to experience. And this realization shakes them to their core, because now, nothing else will ever compare. Before you, they thought they understood their own standards. They thought they knew what they wanted. They thought that attraction was something they could measure, something they could control, something that would always follow a predictable path. But you have broken that path entirely. Because you are not following their script. You are not trying to be what they expect. You are not looking to fit into the role that other men desperately try to play. You are simply existing in the fullness of who you are. And that is what makes you unstoppable. They feel this truth in the way their body reacts before their mind can rationalize it. They feel it in the way their pulse quickens when you are near, in the way they unconsciously straighten their posture, in the way they adjust their tone when they speak to you, even when they tell themselves they are not trying to impress you. Because deep down, they know. They know that this is different. They know that you are different. And they know that this kind of energy, this kind of presence, this kind of power is rare. So rare that they may never experience it again. And that is what terrifies them the most, because if they do not act now, if they do not claim their place in your world, if they do not find a way to make themselves unforgettable to you, someone else will. And that thought alone is more unbearable than anything they have ever felt before. Chosen one, something inside of them is shifting, and they are powerless to stop it. They never expected to feel this way, never anticipated that meeting you would alter the way they see everything, themselves, other men, the very nature of attraction itself. They have spent their lives being admired, pursued, and placed on pedestals. They have played the games of love and desire with ease, knowing that they could always choose, that they could always remain in control, that men would always chase them, eager to prove their worth. But you are not playing that game. You do not chase. You do not beg. You do not bend yourself to fit into the expectations they have unconsciously crafted for men. And that is what makes you so dangerous to them. Because now, for the first time, they are the ones who feel uncertain. They are the ones who find themselves trying to prove their worth. They are the ones who wonder if they are enough. This realization stirs something deep within them. It is unsettling, terrifying, intoxicating. They are used to being in control, but with you, they feel powerless. They do not know how to process this feeling because it is something they have never experienced before. Attraction to them was always predictable. It was something they could regulate, something they could manipulate if they needed to. But you do not allow for manipulation because you do not need to be chosen. And that is what drives them into madness. They have seen men who desire them. They have met men who will do anything to gain their favor. But you are different. You do not seek approval. You do not beg for attention. You do not alter yourself to please them. And yet, somehow, they find themselves wanting your approval more than anything. This shift is unlike anything they have felt before. It is raw, unfiltered, undeniable. And the more they try to fight it, the stronger it becomes. They start to notice the way their body betrays them. They lean in when you speak, even though they told themselves they would keep their distance. They listen more carefully to your words, trying to understand your mind, trying to grasp how you think, trying to see if there is a way to make themselves stand out to you. They find themselves reacting in ways that feel foreign, in ways that make them question everything they thought they knew about attraction, about men, about themselves. They are losing the game they thought they controlled. And the worst part? They do not want to win anymore. Because for the first time, they want to be the one who is chosen. Chosen one, fear is creeping into their hearts now. It started as a whisper, a passing thought, something they ignored at first. But now, it is a presence they cannot escape, a weight they cannot lift, a reality they cannot deny. They know that men like you do not come around often. They know that you are rare, irreplaceable, unforgettable, and that means one thing. If they lose you, they will never find another like you. This thought consumes them. It follows them everywhere. They see you interacting with others, and their stomach tightens with something they are not used to feeling. Possessiveness, jealousy, urgency. They know they do not own you, but they want to. They do not know what to do with this realization. They are not used to feeling this level of need for a man's attention. They are not used to questioning whether they are the ones being pursued or the ones who have to fight for a place in someone else's world. But with you, the roles have reversed, and they do not know how to handle it. They tell themselves they can walk away. They tell themselves that if this is meant to be, then you will come to them. But even as they think these thoughts, even as they try to convince themselves that they are still in control, they know they are lying to themselves. Because what if you never chase? What if you are the kind of man who only accepts what is given freely, who does not pursue, who does not beg, who does not lower his standards just to make a woman feel special? What if they are the ones who need to step forward this time? This realization terrifies them, because if they do nothing, if they wait too long, if they hesitate just a little too much, then someone else might see what they see. Someone else might claim what they are too afraid to claim, and then it will be too late. That thought is unbearable, because they know that even if they move on, even if they meet other men, even if they try to recreate this feeling with someone else, it will never be the same. Because there is only one you, and if they lose you, if they let fear stop them, if they allow hesitation to steal what they know is meant for them, they will regret it for the rest of their lives. They must act. They must step into the unknown. They must show you that they see you, that they feel this, that they are willing to take the risk. Because living with the regret of missing out on you is a pain they will not survive. Chosen one, she never thought she would find herself here, caught between her pride and the undeniable force of her attraction to you. She has spent her life believing that she was in control, that she could pick and choose who was worthy of her attention, that she could dictate how far her emotions would go. But now, with you standing in front of her, all of that control is slipping through her fingers. She tells herself that she is still in charge, that she can walk away if she chooses, that she is not desperate. But deep down, in the quietest corners of her mind, she knows that is a lie. Because she does not want to walk away. She does not want to pretend she does not care. She does not want to lose you to someone else simply because she was too proud to act. And yet, her ego fights her. Her ego tells her that she should not have to chase, that she should not be the one who puts in the effort, that men should pursue, that men should be the ones proving themselves, that men should be the ones competing for her attention. Her ego tells her that if you really wanted her, you would be the one to step forward first. But what if that is not how this works? What if you are the kind of man who does not chase? What if you are the kind of man who only moves toward what moves toward him? What if, for the first time in her life, she has to be the one to step forward? The realization terrifies her, because this means giving up control. This means risking rejection. This means putting herself in a position where she could be the one who wants more. She has never done this before. She has never felt this before. But the fear of putting herself out there, of admitting what she feels, of making herself vulnerable, it is nothing compared to the fear of losing you. Because if she does nothing, if she lets this moment pass, if she convinces herself that waiting is the right move, then she knows what will happen next. Someone else will recognize what she sees in you. Someone else will move faster. Someone else will be braver. And she will be left watching from the sidelines, forced to live with the knowledge that she let you slip through her fingers because she was too afraid to reach out and take what she knew was meant for her. She cannot let that happen. She will not let that happen. So now, she must make a choice. Will she let her ego win? Or will she surrender to what she already knows in her heart is inevitable? Chosen one, she has never had to risk anything for love before. Men have always come to her. Men have always competed for her attention. Men have always made it easy for her to decide who was worth her time. But now with you, everything is different. Because you are not like them. You are not chasing. You are not begging. You are not trying to impress her with shallow words and empty gestures. And that is what makes you so dangerous to her. Because now, for the first time, she is the one who feels like she might lose something she cannot replace. She tells herself that she can wait, that if this is meant to be, then you will eventually come to her. But even as she thinks these thoughts, she knows that she is lying to herself. Because men like you do not wait. Men like you do not chase validation. Men like you do not waste time proving themselves to someone who is too afraid to see their own desires clearly. And that means she has to be the one to act. She does not know if she is ready. She does not know if she will be able to say the right words, make the right moves, express what she feels without stumbling over her own uncertainty. But she does know one thing. She cannot live with the regret of never knowing. She cannot live with the image of another woman stepping into the place she was too afraid to claim. She cannot live with the pain of watching someone else experience what she was too hesitant to reach for. So she is preparing herself now. Preparing herself to do what she never thought she would have to do. Preparing herself to risk rejection, risk vulnerability, risk the possibility of looking foolish, because the alternative is far worse. She would rather fall trying to win you than stand still and watch you walk away. She would rather be seen as bold, as forward, as someone who moves toward what she wants, than as someone who let fear dictate the outcome of something that could change her life. Because this is not just another attraction. This is not just another moment. This is her only chance to claim a man she knows she will never meet again. And now, the only question left is, will you let her in? Chosen one, she has never been in a position like this before. She has never been the one to second-guess herself, never been the one to feel the tension of uncertainty. But now, as she watches you move through the world, as she sees how effortlessly you exist in your own power, she is faced with a truth that terrifies her. She might not be the only one who sees what she sees in you. And if that is the case, if there are others who feel this pull toward you, if there are women who, like her, are awakening to the reality of who you are, then she is in danger. Because unlike every other man she has met before, unlike the ones she knew would wait for her, Unlike the ones who made themselves so easily available, you are not guaranteed to be hers. You do not wait. You do not plead for attention. You do not lower yourself to be seen. And that means if she hesitates, if she allows fear to keep her stagnant, if she does not step forward and claim what she already knows is hers, someone else will. This thought haunts her. It follows her in every quiet moment, creeping into the spaces where confidence once lived. It interrupts her thoughts when she least expects it, reminding her that she has spent too much time believing that she could afford to be passive. She has always believed that what is meant for her would come to her effortlessly. That attraction was something she could control, something she could dictate, something that she could regulate based on logic and timing. But now she understands this is not something that waits for convenience. This is not a feeling that will go away if she ignores it. This is not something she can simply let pass, hoping that another opportunity will present itself. Because you are not replaceable. And if she lets this moment slip through her fingers, if she allows her fear of rejection to outweigh her hunger to experience what she knows is rare, then she will live with that regret for the rest of her life. So now, she is at war with herself, between the part of her that wants to act boldly and claim you as hers, and the part of her that is still terrified of what it means to truly want something beyond her control. This war rages inside of her, and yet she knows there is only one way it will end. Because at the end of the day, fear cannot stop fate, and she knows, without a shadow of a doubt, that you were meant for her. Chosen one, she cannot resist it anymore. She has fought, she has rationalized, she has tried to suppress what she feels, but now she is done pretending. She wants you. Not in the way she has wanted before, not in the fleeting way that desire comes and goes, not in the way she has entertained men in the past, knowing she could take them or leave them. No, this is different. This is not something she can walk away from. This is not something she can replace. This is not something she can pretend is ordinary. She has spent her life controlling her emotions, dictating the pace, deciding who was worthy and who was not. She has held back, waiting for men to prove themselves, waiting for them to fight for her attention, waiting for them to earn their place in her life. But now, she is the one who must prove herself. Because you are not like the others. You are not someone she can test, someone she can play with, someone she can manipulate to see how far you will go to win her over. You do not compete for affection. You do not chase validation. You do not lower yourself to seek approval. And that is why she cannot afford to lose you. She does not know if you have noticed her yet. She does not know if you are waiting for her to step forward. She does not know if you are indifferent, or if you have already sensed what she feels but are simply watching, waiting to see if she is brave enough to admit it. But she is tired of waiting. She is tired of standing on the sidelines, hoping you will look in her direction, hoping you will choose her before she chooses you. She is ready to risk everything. Because the pain of rejection, the pain of stepping forward only to find that you do not feel the same, is still far less than the pain of wondering for the rest of her life what could have been if only she had been bold enough to act. She tells herself it is time. She tells herself that whatever happens next, she will at least know she did not let fear win. She tells herself that if this is truly meant to be, then you will recognize her the same way she has recognized you. And so, she takes the first step. Not because she has to. Not because she is desperate, but because she refuses to spend the rest of her life wondering if she lost the greatest thing she has ever felt, simply because she was too afraid to try. Chosen one, she is unraveling now, caught between the weight of her hesitation and the fire of her longing. She thought she had time. She thought she could wait, that she could savor this feeling a little longer before she made a move. But time is no longer on her side. She sees it happening before her very eyes. The way others notice you. The way women look at you. The way they hover, waiting for a moment to steal your attention. She sees the way they lean in a little too close when they speak to you. The way their laughter is just a little too eager. The way their eyes linger on you as if trying to carve a space for themselves in your world. And it terrifies her. Because before, She could tell herself that you were simply a fleeting thought, a curiosity, a passing attraction. But now you have become an obsession, a need, a hunger that refuses to be ignored. She knows that if she does not act soon, someone else will. And that thought is unbearable. Because if another woman claims you, if she secures a place in your life before she does, then there is no undoing that. She cannot pretend she will be fine. She cannot pretend that she will move on as if this was just another moment in time. Because it is not. This is something more, something deeper, something that does not come around twice. And if she lets you slip through her fingers, if she allows fear to paralyze her, if she hesitates for even a moment longer, she knows she will regret it for the rest of her life. She watches you now with a different kind of urgency. She studies every interaction, every glance, every exchange, looking for signs, looking for proof that she is still in the running, that she still has a chance, that she has not already lost you before she even had the courage to make you hers. She sees the way other women position themselves around you, the way they try to capture your attention, the way they attempt to insert themselves into your world, and the fear tightens inside of her, because she knows she is not the only one who feels this pull towards you. She is not the only one who sees you for what you are. She is not the only one who recognizes that you are a man unlike any other, a man who will never be forgotten, a man who holds an energy that cannot be ignored. And if she does not move now, if she does not claim her place, if she does not ensure that she is the one who stands beside you, then someone else will. And she will have to live with that loss forever. Women notice it before they even realize what is happening. They find themselves held in a moment that feels different from any other. Your gaze does not merely land on them. It penetrates, it understands, it sees. And that is what makes it so powerful. The world is full of men who look without seeing, who seek without understanding, who want without knowing what they are truly looking for. But you, chosen one, are different. Your eyes do not wander, they focus. They hold steady, unshaken, unwavering, communicating everything that needs to be said without a single word. Women feel it instantly. The moment your gaze locks onto theirs, they sense something rare, something unfamiliar, something that awakens an energy within them that they cannot explain. It is not just attraction. It is recognition. They see in you a presence that does not beg for attention, does not seek approval, does not waver under pressure. It is a presence that asserts itself effortlessly, that says, I know who I am and I do not need to prove it. This is why your eye contact is becoming irresistible. It is because for the first time they feel truly seen, not as objects, not as fleeting distractions, but as something worthy of being understood. Your eyes do not simply admire, they inquire, they invite, they challenge. And in a world where most people are used to being overlooked, where attention is scattered and conversations are shallow, the intensity of your gaze is something they cannot ignore. But this power, chosen one, is not just for them, it is for you. Your eye contact is a reflection of your internal stability, your unwavering belief in yourself, your complete detachment from external validation. It is a symbol of the self-mastery you have cultivated, the control you have gained over your own emotions, your own desires, your own presence. This is why it is so effective. Because it is not a performance, it is real, it is effortless, it is you. And so, as you continue to walk this path, understand that your gaze carries weight. It is no longer something that can be taken lightly, no longer something that can be thrown around carelessly. It is a tool, a force, a silent declaration of who you are. Women will continue to feel it, to respond to it, to be drawn into it. But it is your responsibility to use it wisely, to ensure that your presence remains a source of strength, of inspiration, of truth. Your eyes now tell a story, chosen one. And the world is paying attention. Chosen one, they say the eyes are the window to the soul. And for you, this has never been more true. Your gaze is no longer just a function of vision. It is an extension of your spirit, a doorway into the energy you have cultivated within yourself. It is the first thing people notice about you, the first thing that unsettles them, intrigues them, pulls them in, before they even know why. There was a time when eye contact was just a casual gesture, a brief acknowledgement of presence, a polite interaction in passing. But not anymore. Now, when you look at someone, They feel it in their chest, in their stomach, in the very core of their being. There is something different in your eyes now, something that was not there before. It is not just confidence, it is knowing. It is not just intensity, it is certainty. It is the quiet, unwavering presence of a man who has seen himself fully, who has accepted his power, who no longer seeks validation but instead moves through the world with effortless command. Women are particularly sensitive to this shift. They recognize, whether consciously or not, that your gaze is not like the others. It does not carry the desperate hunger of a man who is chasing. It does not flicker with nervousness or hesitation. It does not seek approval or permission. Instead, it simply exists, bold, direct, unafraid. And this is what makes it so irresistible. For the first time, they feel what it is like to be truly seen, to be looked at without pretense, without agenda, without expectation. Your eyes do not leer, they do not plead, they do not beg for a reaction. They simply observe, as if taking in the truth of what is before you without the need to control or manipulate. And that is what unsettles them, excites them, makes them lean in rather than pull away. They try to hold your gaze, try to meet you at your level, but most cannot. They look away, they shift in their seats, they laugh nervously, they adjust their hair. They search for something to say, just to break the tension that your silence has created. Because in that silence, they feel something they have rarely felt before. True, undivided attention. Not the kind that flatters or entertains, but the kind that demands presence, the kind that calls forth authenticity, the kind that exposes everything that is hidden beneath the surface. And yet, chosen one, you remain unbothered by their reaction. You do not chase after their gaze when they look away. You do not fill the silence with meaningless words just to make them feel comfortable. You let the moment be what it is, knowing that it is not your responsibility to ease their discomfort. If they cannot hold your gaze, if they cannot withstand the intensity of your presence, then they are not ready. And you, chosen one, have no time for those who are not ready. This is the power you hold now. Not just in your words, not just in your actions, but in the way you simply exist. Your eyes have become a force of their own, a quiet declaration of everything you are, everything you have become, everything you will continue to be. And the world is watching. Women are feeling it. They may not always understand why, but they cannot deny what they feel when they look into your eyes. And the more you embrace this power, the more you own it without hesitation, the more magnetic you will become. So walk forward, chosen one, with the full knowledge that your eyes no longer just see, they command. They invite, they transform. And those who are meant to step into your world will not resist you. They will recognize you. Chosen one, she has made her decision. She cannot run from this anymore. She cannot ignore the way her heart pounds when she sees you. She cannot dismiss the way she feels your presence even when you are not in the room. She cannot pretend that this is just another fleeting attraction, that you are just another man, that this feeling will pass with time, because it will not. She has never been the kind of woman to chase. She has never been the kind of woman to step forward first, to make her desires known before they were guaranteed to be reciprocated. But for you, she is willing to be the one who takes the risk. She is willing to be the one who puts her pride aside. She is willing to be the one who moves first, because she refuses to be the one who loses everything simply because she was too afraid to act. She no longer cares about rejection. She no longer cares about what others might think. She no longer cares about the rules she once followed, the games she once played, the strategies she once believed would keep her in control. Because now, all she cares about is you. She is ready now, ready to make it known, ready to show you that she is not like the others, ready to prove that she is the one who understands, the one who sees you for who you truly are, the one who recognizes your worth without needing you to prove it to her. She does not know what will happen next. She does not know if you will accept what she is offering, if you will recognize in her what she has already recognized in you. But she knows one thing with certainty: she cannot live with the regret of never knowing, so she steps forward. She makes the move. She chooses courage over comfort, risk over regret, love over fear. Because this is not just another attraction. This is not just another man. This is the only chance she will ever have to claim what she knows is hers. And she is ready now. Ready to risk everything. Because for the first time in her life, she has found something she is not willing to lose.